What's next for Amir Khan?
What did you say?
What's next for Amir Khan?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I talked to him about 3 weeks ago, but he was in Malaysia, I think. So he usually fights in December. I haven't heard any names or,
What's he doing in Malaysia then? On holiday with his wife? Is he?
I have no idea, Garrett.
You mean you're not in contact with him 4 times a day?
No.
What do you make of?
Do you think that he needs to stop? Like you say, he's away a lot. He goes to every opening. He's in the public eye a lot. Do you think he needs to cut some of that out and concentrate for
from
a period
from a coach's perspective, of course. I mean, if you're serious about your craft, if you're serious about being, leaving your mark in the sport and being great, there are plenty of examples ahead of you that lets you know that you have to focus on your craft. If that's your focus, then it's just a matter of time before it backfires on you, and there's only so much I can do for you, you see, because, when a fighter has success early, when he's a millionaire, I don't know, was he a millionaire before he threw his first punch? Pro punch?
No, he did. He signed for over £1 million with Frank Warren when he joined the Olympics.
But he had money.
Big. Yeah, big. He's been rich since he was 17.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
It's a different kind of hunger he's got, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's, right there, that's could be a curse if the people that you depend on the most and the people who are in your lives that have influence over your life, if they have to be able to keep you grounded, you see. And if they can't keep you grounded, then, these types of things, can come up. I often told him he should be undefeated, but it's up to him.
You mentioned a little while ago that you wanted him to be with you through the year longer than he had been initially. Have you got him for 6 months of the year at the moment?
Well, when he had the time off that time, when he took a year off, we were able to put quite a bit of time together. And I think that's why you started seeing the changes, some of the changes in him, And also at that time, coming off the Garcia fight, I would think that he was more driven, more focused, but after you put 5 wins in a row together, and your name is once again being mentioned, in big fights and stuff, sometimes you can have a mental letdown.
But you're only together 4 months of the year at the moment. 2 camps for 8 months, 8 weeks, and then a fight.
Usually does a 10 to 12 week camp.
Right. So
6 months out of the year, that was better than what he was doing.
But Virgil, who would you want him to fight? I mean, Danny Garcia rematch. You have Kell Brook and he was fighting Diego Chavez. Do you want the winner of that? You have what's his name, Sean Porter. I mean, there's so many names that are attractive fights.
Well, if he wants to be great, then he needs to consider fighting all these guys. I think in Amir's case, when there's a little fear on the table and danger exists, I think I got a better fighter. I think he focuses more because he knows that one more knockout, that's it.
A lot of people want to see him and Pacquiao fight. I've heard it at a lot of different gyms and trainers. Would you like that if it happened?
I mean, I don't pick his fights. I go along with him. My personal opinion is he don't need Manny Pacquiao. What does he need Manny Pacquiao for?
Who would you like to see him fight then? Does Kell Brook appeal to you as a fight? It would be massive Virgil in the UK. It would be
I would hope at some point that they both fight each other. Yeah. I mean, I know it's good for Great Britain. Yeah. It would be good for him. And good for boxing, So I think
there's a belt there as well. There's a world championship.
Do the rematch would take that fight because he seems to be against it, resisting it for quite a while now. As his coach, would you urge him to take that fight because of what's up for grabs?
I've never pushed him to take the fight because it's obvious there's some things going on between them that happened long before I came on the scene. So. The little bits and pieces that I get from you're disrespecting me, or you're not known, or who was winning the sparring sessions when they were amateurs, and Brooks saying what he says. And I mean, it's all the ingredients for a big fight. Yep. Certainly there. Correct. You see, so what point they make the fight. I'm sure if both continue to fight, that the fight's going to
Yeah,
happen.
but how can he not be ready for it? That's the point. I mean, it's a mystery to us. I know you're not his advisor, you're his trainer, so you're not making those decisions for him. Obviously, you are his trainer, you're the man shaping the second period of his career, in terms of his skill set. But it's a mystery that he won't take this big fight when he's clearly not going to get Mayweather.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you for looking at it like that, but it doesn't frustrate me because, look, I got a young heavyweight, man, that 6'3.5", 228, amateur that looks like a light heavyweight, and I sent him up to the U.S. Championships, and he walked right through the whole tournament. So, my focus is on who's there. I have a Russian kid. He's down here training now. His television debut will be October, I want to say 13th or 14th. My focus is who's in the gym.